everybody.
Good afternoon, evening, morning, folks.
Depending on what time zone you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of Low Expectations, where you will certainly experience beer that is good.
Yeah.
And
we're going to mess this up like crazy.
it's going to be...
We haven't gone live in like 2 months. So we've done a lot of recording where we can stop and take breaks, and Nate from In the Mix can edit out all the mistakes.
Polishing up turds.
Yep, he is. If you ever need a turd polisher, this guy, whew, he can polish a turd.
I gotta squint. Wait.
We make...
Stop polishing them. I can barely see over here.
We make impeccably large turds, and he just spit shines those mothers.
So, believe you not, we are not going to be talking about turds all night. In fact, we are going to be drinking. In fact, I don't even know if Tom's actually here. If there's a hologram, I'm not sure what's going on, but we are in the studio. We are in the Low X studio, and we've got a fantastic lineup of beers to talk about, and just kind of like, we're going to play catch up. I mean, we haven't talked to you guys in so long. I hope somebody's out there.
It's funny you mentioned holograms. You know, like a year or so, maybe more, there was that trend of creating a hologram and putting them on stage, and people would go see a hologram concert.
No, but
like
okay.
Tupac, they had a Tupac hologram.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked really real, but it was a hologram. A couple weeks ago, I spent some time with that technology and got to see it all up front, close and personal. It was really pretty neat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun to see. Yeah. It's really just some projectors and some very fine, like, mesh, like a screen door.
Cool.
That's all there is to it. It's pretty nuts. That was fun, though.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we should get right into the first beer.
Jump right in.
And then we'll start talking about it. Oh, well, tonight's episode is the guests are gone, but they left some gifts. All summer long, I have people up at the lake house all winter long, all the time. Everybody has people over, and people tend to bring beer. You know, if you don't take your beer with you when you leave, which, when we're talking high-end fancy beers like we drink, no offense taken if you take your beers with you, right?
Yes.
Like, I brought these 10 beers. We only drank 4. I'm just going to take these other ones back with me because we know how hard they are to get. Everyone appreciates that. But then there's those people that aren't part of that world, and they bring you a whole lot of beer that you're like, please take that home with you. No, we'll leave it in your fridge. You'll enjoy it. No, I won't. Take it. Take it back with you.
Hey, Tom, I brought a 30-pack of Bud Light Clamato.
Oh, so much stuff. So much beer. Like, please, just take it. Just take it.
So what is the worst example that you can give me from this summer where you just open your fridge the next day and you were like, oh, God.
Miller Lights and, like, Budweiser. What do you think I'm going to do with that? I'll tell you what I do with it. I have a great solution. Every 5 or so years, Christmas in July 25th, lands on a Saturday or a Sunday. Mm-hmm. I take all the beers that I don't want to drink, and I put them all out in the garage, where they get hot and gross for years. Then, on Christmas in July, the night before, the 24th, we have beers. A few of us will sit there and drink a ton of beer, and we'll take all those other beers and wrap them individually.
Yes.
And put them all in cases and boxes, and go to the dollar store, get like 50 water guns for the kids.
Yes.
And then we dress like Santa Claus and drive all around the lake in the golf cart decorated for Christmas and give everyone presents. So I give away all those beers.
All those Santa's bad beers.
Yep. And people are super excited for it. They love it when it happens. Everyone gets pictures.
Look
the kids
at you turning
Santa
that big beer frown upside down.
And then at night, we have a giant Christmas party. We bought big giant snowmaking machines that blow little tiny little microscopic bubbles, but they're so tiny they fall like snow. So you put them on the roof, and it blows snow. So you're sitting outside, everything's decorated for Christmas. It might be 90 degrees outside, but it's snowing. It's super fun. Play Christmas carols all night.
Super.
Christmas in July. That's how you get rid of that unwanted beer.
Sounds great.
But I got some really great beer this year that was left to me on purpose. Actually, on Facebook, whenever the breweries in New Jersey in the Cherry Hill area release anything good, I always tag my buddy.
Your buddy Joe?
Yeah, my buddy Joe. I tag him. I'm like, hey, I want this. Hey, I want this. And especially when I know he's coming up, like when he's a couple weeks out before he comes up, I'll be like, hey, Joe, and just tag him. And he comes through all the time. He'll take the time, go to the breweries, and pick up everything that I tagged him in.
Does he have a lake place too, or does he just come to visit?
No, he comes to visit.
Okay.
It's like a tradition every year, basically around the same time. And our friend Zig down in Florida drives all the way up and hangs out too.
So this is a high school guy?
No.
No?
No, different friend. They're all Buffett friends, these guys that come up and hang out.
Gotcha.
So he left, when he came up, thankfully he left it, a Tonewood Mas Fuego. Ooh, it was a good one. Very, very good. And I love their new labeling. If you haven't seen Tonewood's new labeling lately, check this out. Style: modern American double IPA. Hops are Chinook, Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic. Malts are two-row Pilsner rolled oats. 8.2% alcohol, 16 fluid ounces. Brewed with solar energy. Boom. It's all right there on an awesome to read label.
I like that.
How
nice
cool
little,
is that?
Super clean and informative.
Right. Boom. Give you what you need.
My first time having this beer, I am a huge Fuego fan. Like when I see 6 packs of Fuego, I always grab one.
Love it.
Because that's just like a crusher.
It's an amazing beer. I guess they've just opened a new place. It's giant. They took over a really huge...
While you're pouring that, I would like to get up on my soapbox for a second and address the state of brewing in New Jersey. Are you familiar with what is going on?
Absolutely. You should do that. But first, I need to show off one of my new glasses.
Go.
So, as we go to the pour cam here, the new glass that I'm showing off is one that I'm super excited about. This is a very rare glass. This is obviously a Goonies glass. You can see this. But this one was the glass that went to the Mortalis Island Luau VIP members. This was this was a tough glass for me to get. I had to get it. It was absolutely worth it. It's just a beautiful Goonies glass. Really well done. I love this one. So,
I believe compare and contrast?
I believe it's by Hop Fiction. They're the ones who did this one. And then I have another Goonies glass. By coincidence, I just happened to get this one too. This is a slightly different style, slightly different artwork. I love some of the little Easter eggs that this guy puts in there. This is by Brett Hengen, Crazy Designs. We've got the octopus in the water at the ship, and that only aired one time on television. That was not in the movie, although it was in the trailer for the movie. The octopus version only aired one single time on the Disney Channel or on a Disney Sunday Night Movie.
Yeah, I happened to be watching it at that time and had no idea what was happening. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, this was a rare cut scene that only made it one time ever aired again. But there was a scene in the trailer of the octopus, so he added the octopus in there.
Well, the funny part is at the end when they're with their parents and they're saying like, "Well, we saw this and we saw that." And he says octopus.
Yeah,
Like,
there was an octopus. Yeah, Data says that, and everyone's like, there was an octopus. You think he's just making stuff up, but no. In the original cut, there was an octopus. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this Mas Fuego here. It pours a beautiful color right there. Look at that. Ooh, she's nice and dark. All right, we're going to pour a little bit for B here. You can watch it pour it again if you like. Oh, that is lovely.
Looks delish.
Lovely. I had one can of this, and I really enjoyed it when I had it. So it's going to be kind of a new experience to me.
Smells good. Looks good.
Oh, it does.
Smells good.
All right, well, cheers to being back.
Yeah,
Here
buddy.
we go. That's good. That is more Fuego. Is really what that is.
What was that hop profile again, sir? Did I hear Chinook was in there?
Yeah. Chinook is the first, then Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic. I get the rolled oat in there. Taste that.
Bitterness level is spot
Yeah,
on.
that's just right. You're right about that.
And It's got a nice chew to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you hear IPAs described as, or I've heard IPAs described as super juicy or piney or resinous. This is just kind of like, man, chewy and dank. You okay?
Well, I'm listening to what you said, but on this glass, this is the first time I'm using this glass. The map is super detailed. Look at the detail on that map. I can't read what the map says, and there's a town circled on there. I'm hoping Astoria is circled, but I can't quite tell what it says.
Oh,
there.
my eyes aren't nearly that good.
It might say Goondocks or Astoria, so I'm gonna have to, honestly, I'll have to get my glasses. That is
You
microscopic.
gotta get your magnifying glass out.
That is tiny. But anyway.
Well, Tonewood. Well done. This is delicious.
Yeah, we really need to make a stop out there.
Well, I think we do need to do everything we can to support our Jersey breweries because, my goodness, the state of New Jersey is going out of their way to make their life miserable.
I would say, yeah. Oh, Joe's on. Cheers, Joe. Thank you for the
Hey,
delicious beer.
Joe. Thank you for the beer, buddy.
The state of New Jersey is catering to the
Restaurant lobby.
asshole restaurant lobby. Yes, they're ruining it for everybody else.
Have
They
you
really are.
have you seen some? So, what's happened is they've passed all these new operating guidelines for breweries.
Now, they were passed quite a few years ago,
Not enforced.
but they were never enforced.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we're talking about. Some examples. You have to give tours.
Have to.
Breweries have to give tours. I was on vacation in LBI
Okay.
2 weeks ago, and I took my oldest to Ship Bottom. We went upstairs, and so it's you got to go upstairs to get into Ship Bottom. We went up the stairs, and before you were allowed to walk into the brewery, it said, "Please take a look to the right and walk down the hall, and here's our brewery." And they had a mural up on the wall of the brewing process. And I guess they met the minimum guidelines for giving tours. It was a self-guided tour. It's just like, can you believe they had to come up with just to do that? They're limited to 25 events a year.
Yeah, and an event is bullshit.
Trivia night is an event.
Yeah, that counts as an event, a trivia night. You can only have 25 trivia nights. But then if you have 25 of those, you can't have all the other events. You can't have an anniversary party.
You can't have food.
No, you cannot even say that a food truck is scheduled to be in the parking lot.
But if a food truck comes, it's an event.
Well, if a food truck just shows up in your parking lot completely unannounced, I believe you can get away with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something about coffee too. You have to have coffee, or you can't have coffee. Coffee was one of the rules. Like,
Yeah.
I follow this account on Instagram called Haze Boys,
Yeah.
and they've been doing an entire
Oh, it's
he
absurd.
posted all the
just-
absurd rules and regulations and guidelines. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So I'm looking at you, state of New Jersey. Knock it off.
It's not all the departments in New Jersey. We actually really like some of the New Jersey departments. They do a lot for Jersey beer.
Let me resend
Yeah.
that. I'm looking at you, restaurant lobby in
That's
New
it.
Jersey. Knock it off.
Yeah, knock it off. That's what I'm saying. There are departments that do great things, like the agriculture department. It's fantastic with breweries in New Jersey. They work very closely with them, and they do amazing things with them.
And they're the
Love
garden
you for
state,
it.
so the agriculture department
Yes.
is the shit.
Yep. So there you go.
Anyway, Tonewood. Thank you, Tonewood. This is delicious.
That was good. And stay tuned later for another Tonewood beer coming up. I showed B a bunch of the different beers that I had that I brought back with me, and he was like, oh yes, that. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's some really good ones coming up.
Easy, easy, easy.
Yeah. There's gonna, and then I brought out another one just in case he wants to have it, but we probably won't get to it.
So, you've been at the lake almost all summer. I feel like we haven't hung out that much.
No.
You missed a fabulous day at the beer fest. It was fantastic.
I felt like I was there when I watched the video.
It was great.
That was a really good video. You guys outdid yourselves. That was fantastic.
And we met some really cool people, too. A
Yeah.
lot of really cool local breweries.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do our meeting and our recording with Von C.
Coming
if you hadn't
soon.
met them. Yeah, you saw a teaser for it today, right?
The milk port.
Yeah.
The Milko.
Milko, yes.
The milk tube.
And so, In the Mix has promised he will stop playing with his virtual reality long enough. He got the goggles. He's playing Lawnmower Man.
Can we somehow, like, download the editing software to the VR so he can play and he can Iron Man it,
Grab
right?
clips out.
He
That
can
would
Iron
be pretty
Man it.
awesome. I bet you somebody's already created something like that.
Absolutely.
That would be pretty cool. But yeah. Anyway, he'll get to it. He did show us that amazing clip already, the Milko clip.
If you haven't seen it, go to the Facebook page and check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and go visit them because they were awesome people.
Oh, yeah, Von C's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. All right, let's go
Next.
for a beer that has definitely not been left at my house. This is one of those beers that people say, I brought it, but I'm taking it with me.
So, and along that line, I have some confessions to make.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
You can. I know I don't need to give you permission to do this, but please, give me your honest opinion. Last night, I went to a little impromptu share.
Okay.
I was loading up the cooler, and I had one last Suarez family Pilsner left. I took it out of my fridge, I put it in my cooler, and getting ready to leave, and I was like, you know what? That's my last one. I want to drink that all by myself. I took it out, and I put it back in the fridge and replaced it with something
There's
else.
nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's many beers. When I'm going to a share, I pick very carefully. Like, I'll pick a beer up and be like, oh, I promised Bill I'd drink that with him. I can't take that to a share. Like, oh, this bottle's too small to take to a 14-person share. I have to save that one for a 4-person share. Like, there's all different kinds of levels of saving. And It's My Last One is definitely a reason to keep, especially a Suarez Pils. Oh, yeah. You're free.
I felt a little conflicted about being greedy and keeping that to myself.
No, not if it's your last one. No. Okay. Even if you drank all the other 5. Well, maybe if you drank all the other 4 or 5 by yourself or 3.
No, I've been sprinkling them around to shares here and there.
Okay, well then done. You have done your part to share that a little bit.
Okay.
The rest is yours.
I can sleep easier now.
Yes,
thank
yeah.
you.
You're good to go. I totally. There's nothing wrong with that.
But this one, I did get a Fiden box not too long ago, and I only brought one last night. I kept the other 7, well, now 6, because I'm like, I'm rationing them out, because I don't get this liquid very often.
In your defense,
Yes.
that small share that you went to was also labeled very small share. It's a Tuesday night. We're only going to have a couple, and we're going to have some burgers. It wasn't like, you're going to pack your whole cooler and take everything with you.
Okay.
So you chose a couple to take, and that's enough, because that's what that particular event was labeled.
Because these are the inner conflicts I go through.
I understand that. Did you have this at the beach?
No.
It's like sandy.
It came from New Jersey.
Okay. Sandy. I hate sand. It's freaking me out. Okay. So this is...
Don't they have sand at the lake?
No.
There's no
That's
sand
why
at
I
the
like
lake?
the lake.
There's no
There's
sand?
There's sand on the bar. Ah!
Uh-oh, he's clicking. We set one of his triggers off.
This is called The Vegan by Fiden's. It's covered in sand.
Sun's going down, big guy. Would you like me to open it?
Okay. I can do this.
So, hey, kids, here's a fun party trick. Next time you see Tom outside anywhere, just have a little bag of sand on you and sprinkle him with it.
God. It's as bad as glitter. Okay. It pours like it's not filled with sand.
It's as bad as glitter.
I'm all out of breath. I'm freaking out a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, let me just give
that
it. Stop touching it. You're apparently having problems. This is fun. I never knew this about you.
I am not a fan of little bits of sand everywhere. Not at all. Oh, in your trunk.
This is hilarious.
When you go,
What about in your trunks?
in your sheets. Oh, God.
So your kids are never going to get to go to
In
the
your
beach, are they?
socks. No, they go. They go all the time without me. Without me. No.
See, I'm not a fan of sand either, but I just resign myself to it. Like I have to mentally prepare. Like
I don't know that anyone
everything's
is
gonna
a
get sandy.
fan of sand per se, but I mean, I think we can all agree this is a little extreme
My
reaction right here.
weirdo. Well, yeah, I'm an extreme person. My weirdo son, God bless him, will just bury himself in sand and roll in it and stick it in every crevice he has and be like, "Oh, this is glorious." As I'm underneath an umbrella with a towel over me, just shaking and terrified.
I think it's all your exposure. Like, I think most of us are used to, like, all right, well, we get the sand, all right, we can just wash it off. But imagine if you had to go like a day just covered in sand and no way to get it off you.
So I think I never used to hate sand so much. When I lived in the Outer Banks and worked there, there would be many a night where you would come, you were out, hanging out, partying with people. You would come back and there's just random sand in your bed. There's sand on your pillow. There's a pile of sand on your carpet. There's sand in the bathtub. Everywhere you went,
How many
everywhere
roommates did you have?
was sand. 6?
That's a lot of sand.
Seven.
That's
sorry,
a lot of
7.
sand.
One was the sand man.
Yeah.
He only was there at night.
And the house was on the beach. So,
Where did that sand come from?
when there's 20 people, when you have 20, 30, 40 people over to your house party and all the people who just live in sand, you're going to be at the beach. People fall asleep in the beach. People toss around in the sand at the beach. And then they just bring it all back to your house. And then if you weren't there, then they'll sit on your bed while they're talking to your roommate. And then there's just sand in your bed. And it was just everywhere for too long. And now I just can't take it anywhere. If that makes any sense.
That wraps up tonight's episode of Low Expectation Traumas. Please join us next week when Tom will discuss squirrels.
Glitter.
Have a sip of this for God's sake, will you?
Well, that's good. There's a super dankness to it. There's a grassiness in there too.
And my friend, this beer screams mouthfeel. It's like a pillow.
I don't like that very end finish. There's like a weird sweet uptick.
I'm okay with the very end finish. I think this beer drinks muted. Everything's muted. Compared to this, the flavors popped much louder in this one. But the mouthfeel on this bad boy, my goodness.
I think the flavors pop in a different way. This is really interesting.
I'm trying to get some specs on it for you because I don't think they're on the can.
You know what this would be amazing with? I don't think there's a better beer to eat cheddar goldfish with. This would be amazing with. I love IPAs and goldfish.
Citra, Galaxy, and Nelson.
Yeah, that's what it says inside.
Oh, did it say that? Huh, look at that. It does. Oh, I smoked another batch of goldfish last week. You missed them.
I saw your pictures.
I could drink a lot of this.
I would rather drink the Moswego than this. There's that. See, the finish is dying back on me now. It's not as strong as it was before. I do like this. I like it very much.
They're two very different beers.
They're both a double IPA, but they are worlds apart. And they're both good. They're just very, very different.
This one is like murky and the tones are subdued. That one was like a clear, dark appearance, and
almost as if the dark color was almost as if it was oxidized, but it was not at all.
No,
not even close.
No.
Oh, while we're talking about that, I got some new openers. So I decorated this one special to go with our glasses. I'm super excited about this guy. This is the Hicks Glass to Mouth Lego opener, and I put Sloth and the bones. Remember when they had to play the bones on the... that's built out of Legos. So I put that on the opener. You can put anything on there. What a cool opener. Super fun. And I didn't have room for One-Eyed Willie's ship. I have that too in Lego, but I didn't put it on there.
You're just gonna need another Lego opener.
No. He has it in different colors, but I went with the red and blue. I like that.
That reminds me, we came up with a project for you last night at
Oh,
the share.
at the share,
Yeah.
you put me to work.
Yes, we came up with
Okay.
we think it's suited to your unique talents.
All right.
So if you've ever been to an event at Imprint where I think it's District 96 is there, they have this device called the Flabango.
Yep.
And we thought Low X needs a version of the Flabango. And it was brought up that we should we started,
Oh, is that what that random text this morning when I woke up was from Justin?
was it like recycling bins?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I looked at it this morning. I woke up. I was like, "What is this?" And I just put it away. I closed it and didn't even look at it anymore. Now I remember that. Yes, that popped up this morning.
So we started with, well, what if he gets us a dumpster that we can chug
Okay.
out of?
Yep. Uh-huh.
He could probably 3D print something, and
Yeah.
then Justin started Google searching, and he's like, "What if you have this?" So that's where that came
Yeah.
from.
Okay. That makes a whole lot more sense now.
So
okay.
it just needs to hold 16 ounces. That's
So you
all,
need me to make a 16-ounce dumpster bong.
that we can chug out of. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. When does this have to be done by?
Christmas.
Okay. Oh, by Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
I think it would be beautiful to debut that at our next Kringle Crawl.
Very cool. I was actually thinking about. I had a discussion with the guys at Imprint about their beer taps, and if we're going to continue to do a couple collab beers with them,
Yes.
I want to create a special collab beer tap for that. So much like you would see Dumpy back there in acrylic light up, I want LED light up in acrylic Low X or Dumpy, and then I can CNC it out of wood, so it'll all be encased in wood, and then in a handle, so it'll light up wood and acrylic.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Speaking of collab beers,
collab beers.
our
Do we
collab
have
beer,
news about collab beers?
our current collab beer, Cool Wall Pepper, which I know you don't like cucumbers, but it was delicious in the mix.
People really like that.
Yeah, I don't like cucumbers either. And you could taste the cucumber, but everything else with it, like, just, evened it out. It was fine. Yeah, it was great.
And our name is on the label on the back.
And it
so
was
cool.
perfect for the blazing hot day that
Yes.
was the Lansdale
Yes.
Beer Fest.
It was so refreshing.
There you go.
While we are not doing a true collab beer coming up next, we do have another designated drinking event to promote, which is the homebrew competition. We're still ironing out all the details. That's why I haven't put an actual event up yet.
Yeah.
But it's going to be October 15th, and there's going to be a Pro-Am category.
A Pro-Am category, folks.
If you're not
Explain to them what Pro-Am
If you're not familiar with Pro-Am,
So cool.
golf does a tournament with Pro-Am where pros play with amateurs. In this case, the homebrew competition, we've got like 8 or 9 breweries that are involved.
Yeah.
That are going to, the brewer and or brewer owner finds someone, most likely a customer, friend, something like that, and they join together and brew outside the brewery on someone's home system.
Yeah.
So they're brewing.
Has to be home system, not in the brewery.
Yep, it's a pro, either a brewer or owner at a brewery, brewing on a home system. And I have snagged Travis, who was the mastermind behind the first collaboration beer, and we are going to be brewing a Low X entry into that competition. And I want all of you to come and all of you to pretend you like it and vote for it.
If you know us, we've talked about this beer for many, many years.
Has it ever been mentioned on the show?
I
That's
don't
a
know
great
if it's
trivia
been mentioned.
question.
It's probably been mentioned by word on the show, but I don't think it has ever been really fleshed out the way we've fleshed it out for years.
I remember distinctly being up in your kitchen and you, myself, and Denby sitting around and just cackling like idiots as we came up with the recipe for this beer.
And the name and everything,
Oh, yeah.
the way it all goes together. So We're going to be doing that with the lead brewer from Imprint. Is Travis lead brewer?
Nope, he's assistant.
No, assistant brewer
Yep.
from Imprint. And then I know for a fact that at least one other Imprint person is going to team up with an amateur.
Yep.
And then we have a few other breweries from around the area.
So 2 Imprint teams. I talked to our friends at Vonsi. They're in. I talked to our friend at 10-7.
All right, go ahead and talk.
Hey, are we back?
You're back.
We're back?
Yay, we're back.
Oh, everything's fine. Okay.
Oh, the Roadcaster mic died.
Wah,
Might not
wah.
have charged
Oh,
it.
my
It's
goodness.
been so long
Oh,
since it's
somebody forgot to put batteries in it. Oh, boy.
It worked in the virtual world, Tom.
So do we know where we cut off, or did we get everything pretty much in there? Pro-Am, it's going to be great. Oh,
Yeah.
amateurs, actual regular amateurs are going to come do a separate contest, right?
Yeah, that's it. That pretty much describes how it's been going for the past 3 years.
Let's put that as the description in the video. Tom curses and B-Vogues.
Episode 2, or season 2, episode 14.
Oh, Travis is in here too. A few people actually tuned in. Wow.
Travis,
Thanks for tuning in on
buddy.
such late notice, and we didn't even know we were going to get a show in tonight.
And thanks for jumping in and, saying hi. Travis, I miss you, buddy.
He's doing good things down there.
I know. He's living that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, it's going to be an awesome event on October 15th. There's going to be Pro-Am. There's going to be amateurs. We're capping the amateurs, and it's co-hosted by Keystone.
Oh, no way.
Way.
Oh, love those guys.
Yep. So we're capping the amateurs at 40. So there's a very good possibility you could show up and sample up to 50 different beers.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Nice. Well, that's the event coming up 10/15. There are undoubtedly going to be more events before that,
Yes.
but that's what's coming up 10/15.
Cool. Ready to crack another beer?
I guess it's time to go. Oh my gosh. It's time for Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. That's quite a conundrum. It's quite a dilemma. One might say you're caught in a pickle.
That is, yes. So, wonderful brewery out there near Tonewood in the Cherry Hill area in New Jersey again. Another beautiful brewery that I really enjoy visiting, called Double Nickel Brewing Company. Big, beautiful space. They're really cool.
Could you say that again, please?
Double Nickel?
Nickel.
Yeah, Double Nickel.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said, Double Nickel.
I wasn't sure what you said.
Double Nickel.
Okay, got it.
They have a tradition of doing a Christmas in July. So for Christmas in July, they do St. Nicholas Pickle, which is a pickle beer.
Oh, that's a riff on St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But, at Christmas time, people hide the pickle in the tree. You don't know that tradition?
I
Okay, yeah. So I never did it in my life, and when I heard about it at first, I was like, what? You had a pickle in your Christmas tree, you bunch of weirdos? But it's apparently a thing. German thing?
I don't know. We have a pickle ornament. We hide it, and the first kid to find it gets an extra present.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. So this is it's called St. Nicholas Pickle. It's a pickle-inspired Goza-style ale, a Christmas tradition. Step 1, slug this beer. You love the word slug. Slug this beer. Step 2, attach ornament hook to beer tab, creating your official nickel pickle ornament.
Oh, so the can is an ornament.
That's the directions.
Nice.
Step 3, hide the nickel pickle in your Christmas tree. Step 4, whoever finds the pickle gets the remaining beers. That's pretty fun. Happy holidays from your friends at Double Nickel. This is a 4.5% beer, and it tastes like a delicious pickle.
I have a couple pickle-related items to discuss with you. Believe it or not. Go ahead, pour.
Pickle me this. Okay.
Go ahead, pour, and once you pour, do you want a little rinsey rinse? Or are you okay?
That's a great idea. I'm going to do a good rinse because I don't want to mix that IPA with this super different pickle, which I have had this one before, and they also have a spicy version they released.
Ooh, that sounds fabulous.
And I just ordered, coming in the mail quite soon, down south, the company that makes all the crazy pickle beers. The first ones that we had, they kind of started the weird pickle beer thing. They now have a 12-pack sampler of 6 different pickle beers, and that's on the way to me. It is currently in the mail.
You got it shipped to you, or did you find someone who found someone? Did you get it shipped direct, or
No, they
okay.
don't ship direct. No, it's
And that's gonna bug me. I can't remember who that was.
I think the pickle company is Best Made, but it's a Texas brewery. I know that. All right, there we go. Oh, it looks so good.
It's not St. Arnold's, is it?
Nah.
It's not Ingenious, is it?
Nope. It's a smaller place. They make the weird stuff. They made that weird hot wing one. They made the weird like hot wings and blue cheese beer. They do weird stuff, but their pickle beers are real good. This is fairly clear, a touch of haze.
Martin House.
Martin House. There we go. Thank you, sir. That's what we were thinking of.
Wow, I love the nose on this. It's pickle, baby.
So much pickle.
It's pickle,
really
baby.
good. It's really good.
So pickle-related items. You can go ahead and start sipping if you want to. Let me take a sip.
You should. You're gonna love it.
Ooh, the finish on that.
It's good.
Wow.
It is a sour dill.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever just drank pure pickle juice?
No.
Right out of the can? Yeah.
You have?
I have.
Why?
Oh, I'll do it too.
Thirsty.
I love to add it to my Bloody Marys.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll allow that. First, pickle beer was my original
is there
idea.
any left in that can?
Was my original idea for
Oh, sure.
Are you interested?
Yeah. Thank you.
was my original idea for our homebrew. I said, Travis, let's do a pickle beer, and he's like, we could do that. He's like, but do you want to win? And I was like, okay.
That's the thing. Too many picky people.
Yeah. Second,
It's exactly like drinking pickle juice.
But beer.
somebody brought pickles. There's a place in Boyertown that's a really good pickle shop. It's like I forget, it's Jack.
Apparently, there's a Primanti Brothers pickle collab beer in Pittsburgh.
I'm in.
Wow. Yes, thank you. Please do.
Horseradish pickles last night. They were quite delicious.
I have a refrigerator full of them at the lake.
Oh, he gave you some?
No, he told me he gave me some, and then they quickly disappeared, and then I went.
Aren't they fantastic?
Yeah. So the same people, the Pocono Pickle guy, that's the name of the company, Pocono Pickle. He also makes an island pickle,
What's an island
which
pickle?
is slightly sweet, not bread and butter, slightly sweet with a great like a island chili pepper spice.
Oh, sweet heat.
And then there's also chunks of pineapple thrown in with the pickle slices. Sounds weird. As soon as I'm eating the pickles, like, man, these things are amazing. They're so good. Just eat them right out of the jar.
And then you got a pineapple.
And then I saw a pineapple. It's like, oh, this sick bastard. Then
Did you eat it?
I tried it. I was like, oh, he's a genius. And then I just kept going. They were so good. His horseradish, Pocono Pickle Company's horseradish is amazing. Their dills are good. You know, it's a dill pickle. You can't get too fancy with a dill pickle. Oh, man. Every pickle he makes is fantastic.
I just want to smell this.
Yeah.
The
I
nose
have
on
to
this
drive.
is fantastic.
I have to drive like an extra 15, 20 minutes to get to the store that sells them, but it's worth it. I go there just for pickles.
Yeah, they were really good. And then finally, before a pickle becomes a pickle, it's a cucumber. We just brewed a cucumber beer. I reached out to the fine folks over at Rebel Hill, who also make a cucumber beer, and at least on paper, we've decided we want to do a side by side,
Oh, that's fun.
ours and theirs. So we'll see. Hopefully, it happens.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's like guest taps.
No, just sit down and have the beers and try them out.
Bullshit about it.
Yeah,
That's fun. Yeah, that's a good pickle beer.
it is a good pickle.
That's a
beer.
really nice pickle beer.
That, or are you talking about Rebel Hill?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had Rebel Hills.
You didn't have that. Oh, you don't like cucumber, so you wouldn't drink that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
It's good. It's a very
I
good
shy
cucumber
away from
beer.
that. But pickle beers are fun. So what you said it was just like drinking pickle beer there, Nate?
Like pickle juice, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot more at the lake,
Okay.
and I have the spicy ones too. And if we're lucky, in the next 2 days, I'll get the 12-pack of all the different pickle beer samplers for the lake. Oh, it's gonna be great. Pickly weekend.
You're in quite a pickle over there, Nate.
He's coming to the lake this weekend.
Hey, good for
that's
you,
why,
buddy.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I told him they were coming to the lake. I wasn't teasing him or anything. I think he'll be there.
And you're all invited. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
come on down. It's gonna be a great 2 days, and then I have to go
You're gonna give him
to
Jack's address.
scout camp. Yeah. We're gonna go to scout camp. I'm going to scout camp with the kid. I'll be sleeping in a tent for a week. It'll be interesting. I'm excited for that. No beer for a week. It'll be fun.
Sounds like it.
It's gonna be a really great time.
Won't be hot or anything. You'll be fine.
It's gonna be great. It gets cool enough at night that it should be comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it.
No,
I'll be
not at
fine.
all. You'll be good.
Yeah.
Any sand where you're headed?
There's no sand.
Okay.
There. No sand. Nope. No. There's a big pool. There's.
What
gonna be all
about, how
kinds
do you
of
feel
fun
about
events.
dirt and twigs in the tent? Are you okay with that?
You can sweep that stuff out, no problem. You can't sweep sand out, no problem.
Okay.
It gets everywhere. Yeah, but we're gonna be in like one of those platform tents. It's like a wooden deck, and then an old like 1950s canvas tent stretched over the top of it.
Does it smell funny?
Big gaps. Oh yeah, it smells real funny.
How
Big
are those
gaps
things
in it.
still in existence?
Yeah.
Like they've lasted
They're still
that
there,
long?
man.
This thing's supposed to be 80 years
Yep.
old at this point.
And then they still have the old the 2 army cots that you gotta let you lay in to sleep in. And I was like, look, I'm not sleeping in one of those army cots. I have good camping cots that I paid money for that I'm gonna use. I will fold up your crappy fabric cot and put my good camping.
Are you
cot in
breaking
there.
some type of camp rule, scout rule, or is it
No.
is it mandatory that you sleep in the crappy
Counselors
cots?
can do whatever they want.
No. Well, I'm not a counselor.
Oh, okay.
I'm a dad.
Ah,
I'm like a leader gonna be there.
dads can do
So.
whatever they want.
Yeah, they wouldn't care.
I didn't
They
know.
wouldn't.
There's
No, it would
rules.
be
There's
okay.
not rules. I don't know what's going on.
Jeez, if I had my own tent, I'd like put a big giant air mattress in there, but I won't have my own tent. It'll be 2 of us. In
So
one
you have to
little
use
tent.
the canvas tent.
Oh yeah,
That's a must.
Yep. Yeah, no. There's like no mosquito netting or anything. Just big giant gaps where everything can just come and hang
Are you
out.
doing the Foot Locker?
So they don't do Foot Lockers anymore.
What?
I still have my Foot Locker that I built as a kid. I have my dad's Foot Locker back there when he was a kid. They don't do Foot Lockers anymore. The only thing people bring is like a big Rubbermaid tub.
Really?
They don't do Foot Lockers. Everybody brings a big giant Rubbermaid tub and everything goes in there. Sadly,
Yeah.
I really wanted to bring my giant Foot Locker. I was like, I'll break out the Foot Locker. It's gonna be great. Like, no, we don't do that anymore. Nobody does that anymore.
I imagine yours to be like some pompous British officer kind of cabinet.
My Foot Locker, dude. You have to see it. It's exactly what it is.
It's like
Yeah, everybody else's opens like it's flat and opens up. Tom sits up like this, and you open it like this, and little shelves go. Ding,
No,
ding,
mine
ding.
was giant, and when you open the lid goes back just right, and then there's an extra shelf for storage there, which is like a third of it, so you can have double layers of storage.
We're deep diving now,
And
folks.
then there's hooks. There's hooks and little shelves built into the lid, so my boom box, my old 8D battery boom box, you know what I'm talking about?
I do. You could just hang it.
That all hung up on the lid, so we would have music in the tent. It was an amazing giant Foot Locker. Yeah, you're right. It's still back there, and it's killer. Best Foot Locker ever made.
But it hasn't been opened in 24 years, folks.
It's actually where I store all the camping equipment. So all our camping stuff goes in there, and then when I need it, we open it up, pull out what we need.
It actually gets opened every year, folks.
And he plays the boombox as these.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be super fun.
Every time you open it, Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba just starts.
No, it would be the theme.
It's Paul Abdul.
Oh, straight up now, baby.
The Proclaimers, I would walk 500 miles. That was it right there. That and Billy Joel, River of Dreams. Those were the years, the best years of my life at camp.
So, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There actually was only one Proclaimer.
Oh?
I just made that up. Did you buy that at all?
No, I didn't,
Okay,
because I really thought there were two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, when he says I would walk 500 miles, not we would. So.
And then he says there's a word in that song where I don't know what it means. It sounds like it should be a word, but I'm always like, is that a real word?
Haver?
Was that a real word?
Yeah.
What's it
Haver's a
mean?
word. I had to look this up before in my, many years
Yeah,
ago.
when you were tub thumping, sure.
Yeah. Haverin has to do something with, being obsessed with a girl. Like, being
It doesn't involve a pickle?
it was something
It
like
does involve a pickle. Not in a good
Haverin.
way.
All right, now we got to look up Haverin live here. Haver definition. Here we go.
I like how you took my inaccurate statement of what I thought was going
There
on,
you
and you
go.
knew exactly what I was talking
Yep.
about.
Talk foolishly and babble. So like when
Oh.
you're like,
There-
like when you're obsessed with a girl, you're gonna get all tongue tied and can't talk to them. That's
Hi! Hi!
Haver. Yeah. Yep. That's Haver. I knew it was something to do. I wasn't quite right, but I knew it was something to do with remember the kitchen.
Don't know what that means.
Camping? Do you have a camp kitchen?
Camping kitchen?
I mean, I have a camp kitchen.
Of course you do. You probably built it yourself.
That one's really cool. It's a big giant
we go,
rock
yeah.
box, and the sides open up, and then the sides become the counters.
Sure
and
they do.
it's got all the knives and everything.
Yes.
Everything you need is in cabinets on the sides open. It's fantastic. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm voguing again. Sorry, Joe.
Or maybe she means the other one that we have now. I'm not sure what she's getting at.
You're going camping. She wants you to remember the kitchen?
Well,
Do you wanna take
I
the
don't
kitchen?
need the kitchen. There's a mess hall. They feed us. The only thing I'm going to take is my coffee pot and my propane burner. So I
Please
can make
tell
my
me
own
there's
coffee.
a big iron triangle that they... like chuck wagon style?
There probably is.
Okay, good.
There probably is. But before you do that, there's like the flag ceremony. In the morning before breakfast, they raise the flag. Yep.
Was there somebody bugling?
Yeah.
Who's bugling?
Yeah. Whoever, one of the staff members is hired to do that. Then at night before dinner, they bring the flag down and they play taps and they do all that. And then it's like everybody to the mess hall. It's fun. I'm excited. I used to work at the same camp. I spent 2 years working there at the same camp where we're going to, and I haven't been back since I worked there as a kid.
Where's that?
Resica Falls in the Poconos.
Nice.
It's like 25 minutes from my lake house, actually.
It's all coming together.
I am so excited to go back to this camp as an adult and see how small everything is now. When I was a kid, it was miles long and giant, and I have a feeling it's just going to be this tiny little thing now.
I'm
And
trying to
really...
walk to that pond where you did the rafting. That was like a dead
Yes, yeah. Okay, so you did it too. That pond was terrible.
yeah.
Kids would purposely not do the canoeing merit badge or the kayaking merit badge because walking to the pond was like a 4.5 hour ordeal, which it really wasn't, but that's what it felt like.
Went on forever.
Did you have to carry the canoe there?
No, they were all there, but it was like a 4-hour walk uphill both ways.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And everyone will tell you that was
Hey, Tom, we're going to go grab our canoeing merit badge. You want to come? I'm listening to George Michael, you guys. Yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side.
I never listened to George
Freedom.
Michael. It's never George Michael. Never George Michael. So another thing, this is at camp today. A dad was telling me.
Hey,
that-
these scout stories are making me thirsty, Tom. Why don't you crack that?
Do you
last
want
beer?
another one?
Yeah.
Yay! I got him to open the fourth one. Woohoo! We are opening Tonewood Anniversary Beer. This is Tonewood's Anniversary Beer. It is an India Pale Ale at 8.5%. I'm going to read you their
Ding,
awesome
ding.
little style thing here. A modern double India Pale Ale with Galaxy Mosaic Simcoe. Listen for the malt. It's one of my favorites. 2 row spelt.
2 row
It's
spelt.
made with 2 row spelt. Oh, it's going to be so good. And there you go. Naturally carbonated with recaptured CO2.
These guys
Oh my
are
God.
Environmentally friendly
Look
for
at that.
sure.
Yeah, brewed with solar energy and naturally carbonated with their recaptured CO2 from fermentation.
Small footprint.
That's pretty awesome.
Small footprint.
Yay, we get to open the...
Look at that recaptured CF. Yeah, it popped.
Ooh, oh, it's still coming off.
Yeah, it's whirlpooling.
You
Oh,
see that coming out there?
I don't-
I don't know if you can see that on camera.
that was pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, she looks beautiful. All right, here we go. So I'll continue my summer camp story. Oh, look at the head on that. Oh, wow-wee. Beautiful lacing. Oh, my goodness.
That's a pretty bear.
That is pretty.
Also on the
Beautiful
slightly
color.
darker side.
It is.
That's their thing, I think.
very similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally different ingredients, though.
Right.
So, anyway. The when I was at camp, there was this place called Castle Rock where you would hike, and it was a super, super deep swimming hole in the river.
It's nothing like Fraggle Rock, is
Nope.
it? Okay.
Well after the falls. And this was like a 50-foot cliff. This massive monster cliff, if you were brave enough, you would jump off into the water. The thing was monster. I never jumped off
weren't
because
brave.
it was so big.
You weren't brave enough.
No, I went there so many times and watched a ton of other people jump off, and I would go around and swim in the water and then come back out, but I could never jump off because this was like, you might as well be jumping off of a house. Well, another guy whose son was there last week, he's like, oh, and this is him jumping off Castle Rock. I was like, that's not Castle Rock. He's like, yeah, that's Fossil Rock. Sorry, Fossil Rock. He's like, that's not Fossil Rock, dude. That's like 6 feet tall. He's like, nope, that's Fossil Rock. Like, shut up.
In your
Fossil-
head, it was 50 feet tall.
Fossil Rock is like maybe at best 8 feet high out of the water. I was like, oh my God, how many things are going to be completely different because the things that were massive to me then are now like super tiny and small. And I'm really actually excited for that part.
Are you going to jump off?
Dude, yes, I could do, I don't know what I could do off of it. I could roll off of it. I could do whatever off
Well,
of it.
we all know.
I could drive my golf cart off.
We all know Brody is an excellent cameraman, so we need some video of you jumping off Fossil
great
Rock, and
idea.
we're gonna cut it into the next episode.
That's a great idea. Yes, and the way the pictures were taken, you could get across the water and take a picture. So that is possible.
Redemption.
But I just remember it was so big. Do you remember Fossil Rock at all? Did you ever hike out to that? Oh my gosh, yeah. And it was, honestly, it was as tall as this bar.
So, what are the ages of the folks going to camp?
This week is rare. It's the first time they've ever done it this coming week. It's called Weeblos Week. So kids who are in 4th grade or 5th grade, who are going into 4th or 5th, can go to summer camp. This is not a summer camp for kids that young. It's normally only 6th grade and up.
So,
It's a scout camp, not a Cub Scout camp.
older kids used to go. Did anybody ever get up to any shenanigans like back in the day? Were there any?
Oh, yes, absolutely. But back in the day, there was just guys. And then there was, if you were a girl who wanted to be part of Scouts, you had to be in an explorer troop. And an explorer troop was very rare. But we happen to know a couple. You could also, if you worked at the camp, one night a week, you were allowed to leave the camp and get like a night off. So you would go to the movies or go out and get fast food or something like that. And if you knew a girl from around the area, you could go hang out with them on your night off. Yeah. Which I did not. I did not know. I didn't even have a car. So I was like, someone take me to get some McDonald's.
Anybody want to go to DQ?
I'd love some French fries or something. Like, that was about it.
We can come back to my tent and listen to some Wham.
I'm been sleeping in this tent for a real long time.
I promise I'll jump off the rock tomorrow.
I just got 8 new D batteries. She's really thumping. Yeah, I mean that was pretty much me.
Look,
yeah.
I got the Tears for Fears cassette.
No, I was more like then it was a whole lot of They Might Be Giants. I was kind of that eclectic, really eclectic, weird music kid.
Blues Traveler?
Yes, definitely Blues Traveler.
Was that, wait,
Yeah,
is that the right?
that's a little.
Is
later.
that the right era?
That's later. That's later. Yeah.
Talking Heads?
Nope. Yeah, I was a whole lot of different stuff. Definitely a ton of the, like, They Might Be Giants was something I listened to constantly when I was at camp. Like, I have memories of that. And like I said, the last year I was at camp was River of Dreams, but the Billy Joel album, that was on constantly. My first year at camp was The Proclaimers, which I had the single of, so that would just play over and over.
While we're
and
talking
over.
about music, hey, hop on the mic. You have anything coming up? Go Commando playing anywhere?
Oh, yeah. You got anything coming up?
Soundbank in Phoenixville.
Oh, you don't have a mic?
I don't have a mic anymore. I give that to you.
Soundbank in Phoenixville?
September 2nd.
September 2nd. I'm not familiar with Soundbank. Where's that at?
I'm not either.
Oh.
So it'll be our first time playing there.
You guys seem to rule Phoenixville.
Yeah.
I think it might be a former bank.
That has sound?
Yes.
Okay.
That plays music now.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm just guessing.
All right.
He's
But,
also got, what about the Music Fest coming up?
Oh,
The Riverfest?
Yep, doing sound at the main stage on Riverfest. Really good acts there. Serene Green is going to be there on Saturday.
Riverfest is located where?
Jim Dietrich Park in Muhlenberg Township.
Muhlenberg Township,
Up,
Jim Dietrich Park,
Reading area.
in Reading area.
Yeah.
And
It's a 3-day festival, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
when is that?
It is the weekend before Labor Day. So it's at 26, 27, 28.
Oh, so I will not be seeing you at Imprint's big anniversary party
No,
because you're working.
Yeah.
All right.
Big fest, yeah. Really
That's
huge
awesome.
fest.
But I'm gonna tell you folks. Nate from In the Mix's band played Imprint a little while ago, and they rocked the house.
Yeah,
They
I
were
heard it was
awesome.
amazing.
They
I'm
were
sad I
awesome.
missed it.
They were
I
awesome.
got a lot of video of it. Everyone did their best to make me feel like I was missing out. I definitely did. No, Atchison. ICP was a couple years later. I was young at that time when I was doing scout camp, so I wasn't buying the Bad Word albums. I was buying ones that were okay.
Mom, can I be a juggalo when I grow up?
Like Weird Al. I did a whole lot of Weird Al at the time. I was really into Weird Al then. Like goofy, weird, awkward kid stuff. Like if you know, do you know They Might Be Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Like that was pretty much me. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like we've kept these people long enough.
We have.
How long have we been on here?
About an hour.
Okay, well.
Folks, recap.
Oh, we didn't talk about how good this was. We're just sitting here drinking. We didn't talk. This was a delicious beer. I think this might be better than Moswego.
I think these are two brothers from the same family,
Yes, very much so.
and I like each of them equally.
Okay, all right.
If I had to pick a favorite from tonight, I would say not going to pick a favorite from tonight. I equally enjoyed all three IPAs, and the pickle beer is the weird cousin who listens to They Might Be Giants.
And it's a really nice treat once in a while, but you can't drink that all
No,
day.
you don't want to be hanging out with Cousin Alfie all the time.
Oh, there's a pickle beer? Let's have a can. And goodbye, cousin.
Like you see him once a year, he's fun, but any more than that, like I'm not exchanging numbers with Alfie.
Oh, no. Now, don't text me till next year. Like, we're good.
Well, this was a rare treat. In case you haven't figured it out, Tom texted me on Monday and was like, "You want to do a show this week?" And I was like, "Okay, why not?" So we just kind of whipped something together. Sometimes we have a theme. Sometimes it seems like we have a theme. Most of the time, we have no clue what we're doing, but we always like to drink good beer. We always like hanging out with you guys, and we pretty much will always disappoint you.
Yeah, and just talk random nonsense.
Yeah, like you did a deep dive into Tom's traumas and scouting experiences tonight.
We really did.
I was not expecting nor prepared for any of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen either.
He's been up at the lake all summer. He hasn't anybody to talk to.
Yeah, blame it on that.
I just did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for tuning in tonight. As always, check out the Facebook page. We post all of our events on there. Please hop into YouTube. If you're not subscribed, come on, man. If you have the ounce of effort in your body, click like. We appreciate all the comments. That really helps us a lot. And just thanks. And if you have not met us in person yet, we strive to keep creating these events where that can happen. And I'm personally challenging everyone. We are doing another Kringle Crawl this year. You must show up.
Yeah, you'll definitely be disappointed when you meet us in person. It's worse than this.
Am I gonna? I feel like I should play that song over and over again at this year's Kringle Crawl too. Isn't that Mariah Carey?
Absolutely.
That's got to be that's got to be.
That's the horrible song you play the whole time.
So you get
the video.
Yeah, we can't put that in the video,
but it happens.
That's what played the entire Kringle Crawl.
I made a lot of friends that night.
Yeah, but that's off in the distance. Just mark your calendars, and we
Cheers,
will talk
guys.
to you folks later.
Thanks for
Good
tuning in.
night. Thank you.